Hey YouTube, Cave Dweller, 1959. Want to do a short little vid about one of my favorite handguns, a Ruger 357, SP101 I should say, 357 mag. This particular one's a 3-inch barrel, hard sights on it with the full hammer. Excellent little gun, they shoot incredibly well, they carry easy. The grips on this one, most people like to get a new gun, replace grips, dress them up, pimp them out. That's good. Not for me, this particular gun. I want that grip as small as can be. It is big enough, wide enough to give you some square inch area back here where 357 mags, you know you're shooting them, but it's not impossible. You don't shoot a whole lot of them, but it is carried a lot, so I think the carryability has more emphasis than shooting 1 or 2 rounds when you would really need it. What I have done to the grip, the grooved plastic inserts, get rid of them. Off eBay, some guy, $6-7 shipped to my house. Wood inserts, which gives me a smooth surface for skateboard tape. If you never tried that, give it a whirl. Makes a fantastic good grip. It does not slip, it does not fail, and it's cheap. I put this on there probably 7-8 years ago. It's starting to curl her up a little bit. When it gets to that point, pitch it, put on some more. It's good for another who knows how many years. The triggers in them when you get them new are heavier than what I think they should be. I talked to a Ruger rep one time, factory rep, and he said Ruger will never ship a gun with a hair trigger. Liability purposes, I don't have a problem with that. I don't suggest anybody else did it. Anybody else does it. A half a coil at a time. I started trimming them off. This is 1.5 coils shorter than factory, and I bet the trigger is probably 2/3 the poundage it was originally. I never did put a scale on it. I don't know exact figures. Coil and a half, world of difference. What's more important, I think, I don't want to go into disassembly and all that. There's plenty of YouTube out there for doing stuff like that. Since concealed carry, 3-inch barrel. Most of the guns out there that are in this small configuration is called the Smith & Wesson J-frame, 2-inch barrel. A lot of holsters available for that gun because it's very popular, 2-inch barrel. Go to a 3-inch barrel, your holster selection just got very small. Bianchi makes 2 of them that I could find that I know of. This, I believe it's called the AccuMold. It has no name on it. It's not exactly a tight Velcro. Adjust the thumb brake on it. It always wears loose. It does not sit in close up to my hip. I carried it for a long time like that. Don't care for it. Here as of lately, I just ran into this Bulldog. Stumbled onto it. Cheap. I think it was 20 bucks if I remember right. Fits good, fits snug, and that's on your belt and wrapped around your waist. There's just enough there. They do not come out. They do not fall out. Comes right out when you need it to. Works good. But it has the bottom is open and it accepts a 3-inch barrel. Something to think about if you're looking into a SP for carry purposes. You may want a 2-inch versus a 3. I absolutely love this gun. I wouldn't trade it for a 2-inch. No way, shape, or form. Speed loader we're using, HKS number 36. They're readily available. They work really well. Shooting mostly Hornady, 38s and 357 both. Some hand load lead. When we get down shooting targets there, I'm going to go back and make some excuses before we get there. One of the golden rules from back when I shot Bullseye, South Dakota Combat League stuff, when you shoot for score, you leave the coffee alone for all day long. You don't touch it. I'm about 1.5 pots coffee into it. The weather whitens up. I think I can go do it. It shows. These guns, like most guns I believe today, will shoot more accurate than we are capable of shooting them. The distance I was shooting there, most at 15 yards, somewhere in there. This is very, very easily an 1.5-inch gun. I was shooting about 5. I could blame it on bifocals and other stuff too, but we'll let it go with the coffee. That sounds pretty good. Let's go down to the shooting range and have some fun. Range today with the RUGER SP101 357 mag. I'm going to try to get some more footage for you. I got 3 milk jugs sitting down there, the old gallon jug. I think it's kind of important to shoot and see what it does. Transfer of energy, if you want to call it that. First one I've got, it's all Hornady critical defense. First load's going to be a 38 special, 110 grainer. The second one, a 357 mag with a 125 grain bullet. The third one is actually Hornady custom, not critical defense, with a 158 grain bullet. Just going to dump it into these 3 jugs. Murphy's Law took its effect today. My other camera battery's dead. I'm going to move this one down there. We're going to shoot them up. Hey, we got some high dollar pop out here, high dollar Coca-Cola with 125 grain wad cutters. A lot of fun shooting this stuff. I'll try to get some targets on paper for you. I got some targets down there, stepped off 12 yards. This is home defense. It's not a 50-yard, 100-yard bullseye, long range, no sense of those, dealing with it, pretending it is. Realistic self-defense ranges, 12 yards I think would be an extended one, especially home defense. That'd be the absolute longest shot in my house. First ones, I'm going to shoot the 38 with the 110. We're just going to keep loading. We'll do the 125 and the 158. Here goes nothing. I'm shooting single action. All right, we got 5 more on board. This is the 125 grain load. It'll be the center target. Once again, single action. We got some wind blowing today. Sure we'll have some wind noise. The Air Force crew out of Sioux Falls up here chasing each other around with their jets. It's always fun to watch. 357 mag, 125 grain. That's definitely snappy on the fingers there. 5 more on board. It's a 357, the 158 grain load, Hornady custom. Be the far right target, 5 shots, single action. That is most definitely one snappy round, hard on the fingers, hard on this finger, right behind the trigger guard. I think it'd be a very, very, very good self-defense round. Like Gunsmith told me once a long time ago, just because it shoots 357 mags doesn't mean you have to feed it a steady diet of them. We're going to move the camera down here, take a look at what we just did. There's targets we just got done shooting. A 38 with the 110, the one I figured would be the best shooter. Two kind of low, one over here. Two, anything inside that 10 ring I would consider on target very well. Could very well be me. I know the gun shoots better than that. We jump over here to the 357 with the 125 grain. I got one down here low. That's not even bad, you know, a center of mass of a person that big. Surprisingly, the one I figured I would shoot the hardest time with, the thing that kicks like a, what we don't want to talk about, 158 grain. Not a bad group, not bad at all. A little bit surprising. Tells you why things need to be put on paper. Know what you're dealing with. On this target right here, I'm going to do something a little different here. This is another reason why I like a revolver. Out here where I live, we go out western South Dakota a lot. We do have poisonous snakes, as there are a lot of you out there in the world. Right there, these I make myself. It's a casing from a Magnum for the longer length. There is 3 grains of unique powder in here. There's a card wad just like that sets on top of it. Actually, there's 2 of them in there. There's about 125 grains of number 9 birdshot. I'd like to have number 12, but I can't find it yet. Someday I will. Another card on top. You just put it in your die and you start your crimp. And that'll hold that card in there where they do not come out. Level them off with Elmer's glue. Believe it or not, that is a very good piece of snake shot medicine right there. I'm going to load up. Got some splatter from the milk jug shooting there. I'm going to load up and I'm going to put on that guy right there from 10 feet. Which is farther than I ever shoot snakes when I'm out there. But if you do shoot that far, don't worry, it'll take care of them. Here goes. Got snakes in your country that can get through that? It'd be a little bitty one, probably wouldn't have any venom. Yeah, I know, they got venom right from the time they're hatched. That's very good. It's virtually like shooting a 22. There's hardly any recoil to it. It's about 700 feet per second. Believe it or not, I've actually put that through a chronograph. And that kills snakes. It stops them. I don't know what it does to their nervous system. They don't wiggle, they don't move, they just give up the ghost. Another reason I like revolvers. You can shoot that out of a semi-automatic, but if you ever needed a second shot, you gotta rack the slide. They will not cycle the action for you. One thing that should also be mentioned, 357 mag, being nothing more than the 38 special case stretched out, so the 357 would not fit in a 38 and blow it up. You can't shoot the 38 in the 357. Unless you're shooting targets, unless you're self-defense, light 38 special loads are so pleasant to shoot. 125 grain semi-wad cutters, 3.3 a bullseye. Easy, pleasant to shoot. Nothing but a good time.